Hey everybody, welcome back to Dead Man DZ's Kanji Study Sessions. We got 12 new vocabulary words from JLPT N1 list today, and as always, if you see new kanji today, we're going to go over its readings, its meanings, and how to remember it based on the radicals that make up the kanji. If we see new words but they're made of kanji we already know, we're just going to write them down 3 to 5 times and go over the meanings of each of the kanji, and then put them together to make our new word. If you don't want to listen to me write these and say them out loud, head on over to YouTube and you can skip ahead to the parts where I explain each kanji or each word. And if you just want these word lists, head on over to Google Drive and you can download at will. Speaking of, our first word of the day is jizai, freely or at will, with ji on the left side for oneself or self, and zai on the right side for existing. Your free will exists in yourself, exists in oneself. Jizai is freely or at will. Jizai is freely or at will. Jizai. Jizai desu. Jizai is freely or at will. Jizai is freely or at will. Number 2 is a kyuchi. Q on the left side for old and chi on the right side for known. Someone that you have known from old times is an old friend. A kyuchi is an old friend. Literally translated an old knowing. Kyuchi is an old friend or someone you have known for a while. A kyuchi. Kyuchi desu. Kyuchi is an old friend. Kyuchi. Kyuchi desu. Kyuchi. Number 3 is itaku. I on the left side for a committee, but can also mean entrusting, and taku on the right side, our new kanji that also means to entrust with, consign, or to request. Taku, with the radicals for to speak on the left side, and on the right side we have a radical that mostly means to entrust as well. So entrusting speech to someone is just entrusting or requesting. This is mostly going to have to be rote memorization of remembering what this radical means more than what the whole kanji means. Itaku is therefore literally translated entrusting, or entrusting in self, putting in someone's charge. Itaku no taku. Speak on the left side, plus to entrust on the right. Itaku is to consign, entrust, or request. Itaku. Itaku no taku is entrust or request. Taku is entrust or request. Taku. Taku is entrust or request. Taku is entrust or request. Taku desu. And itaku is entrusting, or putting in someone's charge. Itaku is to entrust or put in someone's charge. Number 4 is a high K. High on the left side for the back or behind, and K on the right side for the scenery. So the background scenery is the background or scenery of a scene. Can also mean metaphorically circumstances or context, or backing and support. High K is a background, a circumstance, or support. High K. The back scenery is your backing, support, circumstances, or background. High K. High K is background, scenery, or circumstances. High K desu. High K is a background, scenery, or the circumstances, the metaphorical background, if you will. Haikei is the background or scenery. Number 5 is an e mono. E on the left side for seizing or capturing, and mono on the right side for thing. E mono are things that are captured or seized, like prey, catch, or game. It can also mean spoils, trophy, or loot. So if you know loot in video games, you'll probably see this one a lot. E mono are prey, captured goods, or spoils. E mono. E mono. Goods, spoils, or prey. Hemono. Hemono. Or loot, spoils, your prey, your catch, or your kill. Hemono desu. Hemono. Hemono. Are your captured things, prey, or your loot. Emono desu. Emono. Emono. Number 6 is ko-yu. Ko on the left side for hardened or hard, and yu on the right side for existing. These are your characteristics, traditions, inherent things, or native things. Ko-yu. I think it's a na adjective, but let me double check. Ko-yu no. Ko-yu. Yeah, this is a na adjective. So the way I'm thinking about this is, you know how in English we call it a hard set habit? That's kind of the same thing here. It is a hard set existing habit of yours, a characteristic or inherent or native thing, a ko-yu. Something that is hard set and exists on you or in you. A ko-yu is a characteristic thing, a native thing, an inherent thing, or a characteristic thing of yours. Ko-yu is existing in a hard set pattern. Ko-yu. Ko-yu desu. Number 7 is re-tan. Re, we already know, means to freeze or to cool off, and tan on the right side is light or thin. So re-tan is cool, indifferent, or apathetic, but it can also mean cold or cold-hearted, treating someone with coolness and with little concern, with thin concern, if you will. Re-tan is cool, indifferent, or apathetic, or cold in a emotional sense. Re-tan is cold in an emotional sense. Re-tan desu. Re-tan. Re-tan is cold in an emotional way. Re-tan. Re-tan desu. Re-tan is cold or indifferent. Re-tan is cold or indifferent. Number 8 is todokoru. From our kanji on the left, for stagnation, which we already learned from taizai, or to stay somewhere and kind of stagnate in person in one location. Todokoru is our intransitive verb for stagnating, being delayed, or being overdue. Todokoru. Todokoru is to be stagnated, delayed, or overdue. Todokoru. Todokoru is to stagnate, be delayed, or be overdue. Todokoru. Todokoru. Todokoru is to stagnate, to be delayed, or to be overdue. More kanji for stagnation. Todokoru. Todokoru is to stagnate, be delayed, or overdue. Todokoru. Number 9 is an uchiwa. An uchiwa is a type of traditional Japanese held fan that looks a little something like this. This is an uchiwa. Specifically, it's got this long handle and this kind of oval-shaped fan thing going on. An uchiwa. Uchiwa is a type of traditional Japanese held fan. An uchiwa. You'll notice that's the symbol for the Uchiha clan in Naruto, and that is very much on purpose. The Uchiha's symbol is an uchiwa. Uchiwa is a Japanese held fan. Number 10 is han-sha. Han on the left side for anti or reversing back, and sha on the right side for shooting. So han-sha is reflecting or reverberation or your reflexes. A shoot back is a reflection or your reflexes. A han-sha. Han-sha is a shooting back or a reflection or reflex. A han-sha. Han-sha is a reflection or a reverberation. A han-sha. Han-sha is a reflection or a reverberation. Han-sha desu. Number 11 is a gen-shu. Gen on the left side for original or root, and shu on the right side for the head or neck. So the gen-shu is the original neck, in this case, of a sovereign, a ruler, or a head of state. The gen-shu. We'll know shu. Hopefully we can make the kind of the connection that a shusho is a prime minister, and here again is shu acting as a head of a state rather than a head in actuality. So a gen-shu is a head of state or a sovereign. A gen-shu is a sovereign or ruler. A gen-shu. Gen-shu is the head ruler at the root of the government. The gen-shu is the ruler, sovereign, or head of state. Gen-shu. And finally, number 12 is a ki-kaku. Ki on the left side for a standard or a measure, and kaku on the right side for a characteristic or a status. So one's kikaku, a kikaku is a standard characteristic or a norm. A standard or a norm is a kikaku. Most of this meaning of this word comes from our first kanji, ki, for a standard. A kikaku is a standard character or a norm. A kikaku is a standard or norm. Kikaku is a standard or a norm. Kikaku desu. Kikaku. Kikaku is a standard or norm. Kikaku is a standard or a norm. And that's our last word for today. Let's make sure we made some good flags in our brain where all these memorizations are eventually going to go. Make sure you're making flashcards and immersing yourself in Japanese in some way. Our first word of the day was freely or at will with jizai, or existing in oneself. Jizai, your free will exists in yourself. An old friend or an acquaintance is a kyuchi. Q on the left side for old, and chi on the right side for a knowing. An old friend is someone that you have known since old times. An old friend is a kyuchi. Entrusting, consignment, or putting in someone's charge is itaku. I on the left side for a committee or to entrust, and taku on the right side, with our spoken entrusting is taku. Entrust, requesting, or consigning. Itaku is to entrust or to put in someone else's charge. A background, scenery, or the circumstances or your backing and support is haikei. Hai on the left side for back or behind, and kei on the right side for scenery. Haikei is literally background scenery. Prey, catch, game, or loot is emono. E on the left side for grasped or seized, and mono on the right side for things. Things grasped, seized, or caught are prey or loot, emono. A characteristic, traditional, inherent, or native thing, zana adjective, is a koyu. Ko on the left side for hard or hardening, like a hardened habit, and yu on the right side for existing. Cool, indifferent, apathetic, or cool and cold-hearted is re-tan. Re on the left side for cooling, and tan on the right side for light or thin. Thin-hearted. Thin and cold-hearted is cold emotionally. To stagnate or to be delayed is todokoru. Todokoru. With our kanji for stagnation from taizai, taizai no tai is to stagnate. Todokoru is our intransitive verb for stagnating. A traditional Japanese fan, or one type of it, is an uchiwa, which should be easy to remember since Uchiha's symbol was uchiwa. A reflection, reverberation, reflex, or reflexes is a reverse shooting or a anti-opposite shooting. A hansha is a reflection or a reflex. A sovereign ruler or head of state is a genshu. Gen on the left side for root or origin, and shu on the right side for a head or neck. Genshu is the head origin of a government. And finally, a standard or a norm is a kikaku. Kikaku. Ki on the left side for a standard, and kaku on the right side for a characteristic or status. Kikaku is a normal status or a standard for something. Thanks for watching today, everybody. I hope you had a good Thursday, and I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to close out with some nujabes, sibajun, however you want to do it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Domo, arigatou gozaimashita.
Actual. Physically, your chemistry is so mathematical. How to use academic to define your spirit. You live to my limits. Your name off on my tongue is a lyric. She's a